World Series Game 6, the Rangers one win from the title. A few old Redbirds on hand, Albert Pujols and Mike Napoli. Key figures in this Game 6, as is David Freese. But before we get there, we'll start at the top. Bottom of the first, already 1-0 Texas. Colby Lewis who got the start. The first pitch to Lance Berkman with a man on. That's a 2-run shot. The first home run of the World Series for the Big Puma Cards have a 2-1 lead. Top four tied at 2. Fernando Salas on in relief of Jaime Garcia, who went 3 innings. Nelson Cruz into left field. Matt Holliday and Rafael Furcal have trouble. Holliday drops the ball. Cruz ends up on second. E7. We've seen Holliday have trouble with left field in the playoffs before. Game 6, no exception. And the next batter, of course, Mike Napoli, just inside the right field foul line. Cruz scores, makes it 3-2. It's worth another look. It actually hits the chalk down the right field line. Napoli perfectly placed. And as we said, Texas has a 3-2 lead. 2 batters later, Colby Lewis trying to lay down the bunt. He does. Salas jumps on it, spins, fires into center field. More importantly, as you can tell, Mike Napoli at second base down. We'll show you another look. Ouch, the left ankle. Napoli would actually get up and finish the game. Now, bottom of the fourth, Lance Berkman, the grounder to the right side. Michael Young throws to Lewis at first. Lewis never touches the bag, so Berkman is safe. He'd later score an RBI groundout by Yadier Molina to tie it at 3. Top 5, Josh Hamilton pops one up to David Freese. Freese seemingly has a can of corn, but drops it. Another error, as we said, defensive problems for both sides. And of course, the next batter, Michael Young, into the gap, all the way to the wall. And Hamilton would score from first. Texas has a 4-3 lead. Bottom 6, 1-on, 1-out for Holliday. The grounder to the right side. Young, more trouble, and another error. Unbelievably, Young cannot beat Holliday to the bag. Everybody is safe. Now Lewis would walk the next batter in Freeze. Ron Washington takes him out for Alexi Agondo. Yadier Molina now up with the bases loaded and 1 out. He takes ball 4. Berkman scores, ties it at 4. The next batter, Nick Punto, on strike 2. Napoli throws down to third, picks off Matt Holliday. Unbelievably, that's the second out of the inning. Also, Holliday would lead with a bruised right pinky on that slide. Now, after Agondo walks Punto to reload the bases, Washington brings in Derek Holland to face John Jay. Jay back to the mound to Holland, throws it to first to end the 6th. Top 7, Adrian Beltre off Lance Lynn. Home run number 2 in the series for Beltre. That makes it 5-4 Texas. The very next batter, Nelson Cruz. You're kidding me. Into the third deck, back-to-back home runs. Makes it 6-4 Texas. Cruz, his 8th home run of the postseason, ties Barry Bonds and Carlos Beltran for most home runs in a single postseason. Bottom 8, now 7-4. 1 out for Alan Craig off of Holland. And that is out of here. Cuts the lead down to 2. It's now 7-5 Texas. Later in the inning, after a Jay single for his first hit of the World Series, Mike Adams now facing Rafael Furcal with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Furcal taps one back to the mound. Adams throws to first to end the inning. Bottom 9 now, Neftali Feliz with 1 out, has a chance to close things out and has yet to blow a save in his career in the postseason. Albert Pujols now at second base after the double, so the tying run is at the dish. Lance Berkman would walk, puts 2 on for Alan Craig, who looks at strike 3 for the second out. So with 2 on and 2 out, down to his last strike, here's David Freese.
Swinging a long one into right. Get up, baby. Get up. Get up. It's at the wall. It is off the wall. 1 run in. Here comes Berkman. Over to third goes Freese. We're tied 7-7. How about that? Unbelievable. Freese hit it off the right field wall. In to score. Pujols, Berkman behind him, and listen to this crowd. They have gone banana.
KMOX on the call. And we press on into extra innings we go. So, top 10, Jason Mott comes out for the 10th after pitching a scoreless 9th. 1 on, 1 out for the injured Josh Hamilton. Doesn't look injured on this one. A 2-run shot to right. His first home run of the postseason. Texas back up by 2, 9-7. Bottom 10, Darren Oliver instead of Neftali Feliz in there. After a leadoff single to Daniel Descalso, Jay drops one into left field for a base hit. So 2 on, nobody out. Kyle Loesch comes on to pinch hit, lays down a great bunt, He's thrown out at first by Elvis Andrews, but runners on second and third with one out. Scott Feldman now is the new pitcher, facing Ryan Theriot, and Theriot to third. Adrian Beltre throws to first. It's 9-8 as Descalso scores. The next batter, Albert Pujols, intentionally walked to bring on Lance Berkman. Once again, KMOX on the call.
A swing and a base hit into center field. Here comes John Jay with the tying run. Pujols goes to third, representing the winning run. The Cardinals have done it again. My, oh my, I can't believe it.
Very hard to believe, folks. We're tied at 9 again. The next batter, Alan Craig, grounds to third. That leaves the winning run on third for the second straight inning. We press on. Bottom 11, the new pitcher, Mark Lowe. Here's David Freese, KMOX on the call.
Swing and a high drive to center field. Get up, baby. Get up, baby. Get up. Oh, yeah. David Freese has just sent us into game number 7. This series is tied 3-3 with a walk-off home run here in the bottom of the 11th inning. The Cardinals win it 10-9. Unbelievable. Phenomenal. Just fantastic. What a night. What an evening of baseball. This one will go down in history as an all-timer.
Not much else to say. It's the 15th walk-off home run in World Series history. St. Louis becomes the first team in World Series history to come back twice from 2-run deficits in the 9th inning or later. Jake Westbrook the win. As for Freese, he ties both David Ortiz and Sandy Alomar Jr. for most runs driven in a single postseason with 19. It also means we'll have a Game 7 for the first time since 2002. For more on the Cardinals' Game 6 victory, we send it out to Busch Stadium in St. Louis.
David Freese was one strike away from becoming the guy who dropped a pop-up that cost his team a run and then made the last out of the 2011 World Series. Obviously, things turned out pretty well for David Freese in the end. Pete McCarthy with Frank Thomas. Freese with a key game-tying triple down to his last strike in the 9th inning. He comes back and wins it with a home run in the 11th. Let's go that 9th inning at bat. He's facing Neftali Feliz. How is he able to go opposite field like that?
Well, for one, I think once again the Texas Rangers let the other team off the hook. We had him set up once again for 1-2 slider. You come back with the fastball once again, and David Freese was Mr. Clutch and did what he's supposed to do, hit the ball hard to right field and drove in some big runs.
And this game just so amazing. We're actually going to skip past the 10th inning. That's each team scored 2 runs. We go to the 11th. David Freese back up at the plate. He's facing Mark Lowe. First batter Lowe faces in this game, and he's able to pop one over the fence in center.
Mr. St. Louis once again. He's Mr. Clutch here, the homegrown kid, and just to be in that moment right there and hit a walk-off home run, big for the St. Louis Cardinals because I think St. Louis has a chance of walking away with another ring.